All right, so you're ready to dive into the world of affiliate marketing, huh? Well, we're going to break down this awesome guide that's packed with tips and tricks to help you crush it. And believe me, we're going deep, not just scratching the surface. We're pulling out those golden nuggets, the actionable advice that'll make a real difference.
You know what really struck me about this guide is how it lays it all out like it's a roadmap.
Mhm.
It's not just throwing random tips at you. It's like a blueprint for building a successful business from scratch.
And it all starts with finding your niche, right? This guide goes way beyond just saying pick something you like. It's about finding that sweet spot, where your passions and what the market actually wants overlap. They even walk you through using Google Trends. Ever use that?
Oh yeah, all the time. Google Trends is like a secret weapon for figuring out what people are searching for. Let's say you're really into sustainable living. You can pop that right into Google Trends and boom, you can see how much interest there is over time. You can even compare it to like zero waste or eco-friendly products. See what's trending.
It's like market research, but way less complicated and expensive. And I love how the guide encourages you to get super specific. It's not just about broad topics, it's about finding those little niche pockets where there's less competition.
Exactly. They actually have this great example in the guide. Imagine someone who's super into vintage board games, right? Sounds pretty niche, but they could hop on Google Trends and see if anyone's searching for like rare vintage Monopoly boards or where to buy vintage Scrabble online.
You never know what people are searching for these days. Okay, so you found your niche, you're seeing some potential there. What's the next step on this affiliate marketing roadmap?
Time to find your perfect partners, your affiliate programs. The guy actually compares it to dating, which I thought was interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
They say, just like you wouldn't marry the first person you go on a date with, you shouldn't just sign up for the first affiliate program you see. You got to find that good match, programs that fit your values, your niche, and have decent terms.
So it's not all about the commission rate then?
Nope. It's like any relationship. You got to look beyond the surface level stuff. The guide stresses how important it is to actually read those terms and conditions. What are the commission rates? When do they pay out? What's their reputation like? They even suggest checking out online forums to see what other affiliates are saying about them.
It's like doing your due diligence before you jump into anything serious. And speaking of not putting all your eggs in one basket, the guide talks about diversifying those affiliate programs right.
Definitely. You don't want to be completely dependent on just one program. What if it shuts down or changes its terms? You got to have a backup plan. Actually, several backup plans is even better.
It's like that saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Now we've got our niche shim. We're being picky about our affiliate programs, time to build our platform. The guide dives into creating an online presence, which can feel overwhelming for some people. What are some key takeaways from that section?
I was actually really impressed with how they approach this. They don't assume you're some kind of tech genius or that you need a super expensive website right away. They walk you through setting up a basic site using platforms like WordPress, which are surprisingly user-friendly.
So they're all about making it accessible. You don't need to be a coding whiz to get started. And they even tackle SEO in a way that anyone can understand.
Yeah. Instead of hitting you with all that technical jargon, they break it down. Imagine you're walking down the street and you see this store window that just draws you in. That's kind of like SEO done right. It's about making your website attractive, easy to navigate, and making sure it shows up for the right searches.
And using those keywords strategically is key. That's where long-tailed keywords come into play.
Totally. They use a really good example in the guide. Instead of just going for a broad keyword like running shoes, which will get you a ton of results but not necessarily the right ones, they suggest focusing on longer, more specific phrases like best running shoes for marathon beginners or most comfortable running shoes for flat feet.
So it's about being laser-focused and attracting the people who are actually interested in what you have to offer, not just casting a wide net and hoping for the best. They even talk about brainstorming a list of questions your ideal customer might type into Google. Those can be gold mines for long-tail keywords. And of course, we can't forget about social media when it comes to building that online presence. What are some social media strategies from the guide?
They're big on choosing the right platforms for your audience. So if you're in a visual niche like food or fashion, Instagram or Pinterest might be your go-tos. But if you're in a space where conversations and community are key, then Facebook groups could be your goldmine.
So it's all about meeting your audience where they're not trying to force them onto a platform they don't use. And I love how they get you thinking about your own social media habits. What makes you click on a post? What makes you want to learn more? Those are the same things that'll work when you're creating your own content. It's like they always say content is a king, right? But it's not just about throwing any old content out there.
This guide is all about quality over quantity. They really hammer home the importance of creating stuff that's valuable stuff that people actually want to read or watch or listen to.
Totally. It's not just about stuffing affiliate links everywhere you can. It's about building trust with your audience so they see you as a resource, someone they can rely on.
Right. And they have this case study in the guide about this affiliate marketer who completely changed their strategy.
Yeah.
Instead of generic product reviews, they started making in-depth guides, tutorials, even videos. And their conversions went through the roof because people could see they were the real deal.
Like you could tell they actually used and loved the products.
Exactly. And speaking of different kinds of content, I love how the guide encourages you to experiment. Don't be afraid to try different things, see what your audience responds to. Maybe they're all about video tutorials, or maybe they love listening to podcasts on the go.
Speaking of which, they actually mention podcasts as a great way to connect with your audience and work in those affiliate links naturally.
It's perfect because it feels like you're just having a conversation with people, building that know, like, and trust factor. Okay, so we've got our niche, our programs, our platform, and our content strategy nailed down. What are we missing?
How to get people to actually see all that amazing content. That's where driving traffic comes in.
You know, you could have the best website in the world, the most incredible products, but if nobody's visiting, it's pointless. They make a great comparison in the guide they compared to throwing a party.
I'm always down for a good party analogy.
Right. You've got the food, the drinks, the music all set. But you need people to actually show up. So you got to send out those invites, get people excited. That's what your traffic driving strategies are.
Makes sense. And they talk about several ways to do that, right?
They cover SEO, which we touched on earlier. That's your long game. But then there's social media marketing. That's where you can get creative and engage with your audience on all the platforms that are already using. Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, you name it.
And then they're not opposed to paid advertising either.
Right. While they emphasize that you don't need a huge budget to start off, you can definitely amplify your reach with some well-placed ads. They even get into different ad platforms and how to target your ideal customer.
Like a crash course in Advertising 101. But it's not just about getting any traffic. It's about being strategic, right?
100%. It's not about quantity. It's about quality traffic. Remember we were talking about long-tail keywords before?
Targeting those specific phrases instead of just general keywords.
Yeah. When you're driving traffic, you want to make sure it's the right people clicking through. So instead of just posting a generic link on social media, they talk about creating posts that really speak to your target audience.
So it's kind of like throwing a themed party that people are actually excited about instead of just a generic come one, come all type of thing.
Exactly. And the guide gives you some solid tips on how to do that, like researching hashtags, joining Facebook groups in your niche, even running contests and giveaways to get people talking.
Wow, they really thought of everything. Okay, so you've put in all this work. You've got your niche, your programs, your platform, your content, your traffic strategy down. But it doesn't end there, does it?
Nope. This is where it gets even more interesting. It's time for optimization and analysis.
This is where the real magic happens, right? It's not enough to just set it and forget it.
Exactly. You got to see what's working, what's not working, what you can tweak.
It's like they say in the guide, even professional athletes are always analyzing their performance, looking for any edge they can get.
That's so true.
Yeah.
They'll obsess over tiny details just to shave off milliseconds.
Yeah.
And in the affiliate marketing world, our tools are things like Google Analytics.
Analytics can sound scary, but they do a good job of demystifying it in the guide.
Totally. They break it down into manageable chunks. Like they talk about A/B testing, which I know can seem confusing at first, but it's actually pretty cool when you get the hang of it.
Yeah, A/B testing has always been a bit of a mystery to me.
It's like running an experiment on your content. Let's say you want to try out different headlines for a blog post. You can use A/B testing to see which one gets more clicks.
So it takes the guesswork out of it. You're making decisions based on real data, not just your gut feeling.
Exactly. And the best part is you're always learning, always improving. The guide even gives you examples of what to A/B test, like calls to action images, even your website layout.
You can learn so much just by paying attention to the numbers. Well, this has been an incredible deep dive. So much great information in this guide. What are some final thoughts you'd want our listeners to walk away with?
Don't expect to get rich quick with affiliate marketing. It takes time and effort and a willingness to adapt and learn. But if you follow the steps we talked about, finding your niche and choosing the right programs, putting out great content and all that good stuff, you can build a really solid business.
Like you said, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. And as you go through this process, remember to be yourself.
Yeah.
What are you passionate about? What are you good at? The best affiliate marketers bring their own unique voice to the table.
I love that. It's about finding that sweet spot where what you love intersects with what people are looking for. And who knows, you might even surprise yourself with what you're capable of. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.